Hello, today I want to talk about the fictitious wage gap between genders and races. Most of us have heard at one time or another stories about wage discriminations. The stories about women earning less than men, or that blacks are earning more than white men. And it is a powerful story that makes good headlines, but the reality is that it's simply not true. Yes, wage gaps exist, but it's not because of gender or racial discrimination. When we compare people with similar education, experience, job type, and hours worked, most of the wage gap disappears. Yes, not all of it, but most of it disappears. In fact, Claudia Goldin, who won the 2023 Nobel Prize in economics, showed that a big part of the wage gap comes from life choices, especially around family and flexibility.
Work is often very greedy, and what I mean by that is that the more hours you put in, the greater your hourly wage, the degree to which you give up your time on vacation or weekends, the degree to which you're sort of on call in the office, the more you earn. Both members of this different sex couple, they can both take that greedy job and they'll be flying high. They'll be doing really, really well. But if there are care responsibilities that require, as they do, one parent to be on call at home, that doesn't mean that the person isn't a professional, isn't a pediatrician, for example, isn't an anesthesiologist, isn't a professor. A lawyer might be working in a high-pressure law firm or might be working in a low-pressure law firm. So it isn't necessarily the position itself. It isn't necessarily the occupation itself. It may be the amenities of the firm, the amenities of the office. If the individual takes that position, that would be the more flexible job. It would pay less. And so, once again, going back to this couple, they can't both take the greedy job. They could both take the flexible job and earn less. But in general, the degree to which the greedy job pays so much more, the different sex couple is enticed to have one of the members of the couple take the greedy job and one take the flexible job. That then means that they give up couple equity. It's generally the case that it's the woman who takes the flexible job and the man who takes the greedy job by giving up couple equity.
So here's the key point. Yes, wage gap does exist, but the biggest causes are things like parenting, job flexibility, education, and personal bias, not employer bias. If in fact people will be able to pay less to a woman than to a man, companies will just simply do that. They will hire more women than men, and that will bring significant savings. But that's not how it works. That's not how markets work. That is not the case. So in the future, if you see an article or a video talking about wage discrimination, just be aware that you may not be getting the whole story and that there may be some bias behind that article. Well, that's it for today. If you have any comments, please put it down below in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching, and until soon. Peace.